Thank you, mister. Sorry for taking you when you were feeding so nicely. But as there's been commotion here, I'm going to quickly grab the lead and about rod which I left around here when I spotted all the fish and check this margin. I'm pretty confident I'm going to do a washing line across to here because they've been milling up and down here very happily. Oh, it's deeper than I thought, but clear. Right, the best way, a really quick way to find out the depth close in, if you've never done it before, is lower it in until the lead's on the bottom, which it is there. Wind your tip down to when it reaches the lake, and there we are. That is the exact depth where I just tried. So that's about 2.5, 3 foot, and then you can move it around shallower there, and if I go out, that tip will probably go under, which it has. Oh, quite a lot. So it's a really easy way of checking the depth in the margins. About the same there, about the same there. So I think I'm going to have one rod really close in, just there. So that's quite deep. Then you bring it back into the left, definitely comes up a shelf. So I think the rod I'm going to put out here later on is going to be very, very shallow, very close in. I mean, maybe even just off the bank here. They're clearly coming in close. That's still good 2 foot. It slowly goes out. Yeah. So anywhere fairly close in round here, I'm confident of a bite. I've seen the fish milling up and down here in the sun, and I think they'll use the same patrol routes a lot of the night as well. So that's one rod's going to go in close here. The next spot was going to be another washing line rig further up. Again, I've been seeing them up here, so if I just walk along here, it's a nice easy marker. There's a big post in the bank, and there's a fish right there right now just under the surface, so I don't want to do too much disturbing, but yeah, it's only about half a foot and a bit. Now we're, again, if I just wind down to the tip, same again, 2.5 to 3 foot. It's a good depth, and I don't need to go very far out. So cast the lead across, washing line rig, rod down there, no line across the water, and we're sorted. There was only one other spot along here which you mentioned, which is between the trees, but I don't want to do too much because there is still a few fish milling around. This one's a bit more difficult to cast to, and then I'm getting into Petco swim, so you know what, I think I'm going to leave it at those 2 spots. That's my thought process. Very, very quick, leading about, checking the depth, feeling that it's clear, and I'm confident that doing that will be a good way of fishing this swim. Then I've got my last rod, because it's a 3-rod venue, which I'll likely fish off the point where that aerator is, just in the shade. You might not see it on the action cam, but it goes around, so my near margin and then 2 opposite margins, because I don't really want to be fishing in the middle, which is 11 foot, unless I see obvious signs of fish feeding there. So that's my thought process. I've seen in the comment section recently some of you enjoying the more vloggy style, slightly longer videos. Listen to my thought process, even if it's just rambling with an action cam on my chest. It gives you a bit more of an idea of how I'm approaching a venue, and it's fizzing up like mad in this left margin. So yeah, definitely going to be one here, one to the right, and the last one on my near margin, and the rest of the time doing what I've just done, surface fishing, trying to find them, lowering some bread on their nose or something like that, and just enjoy myself and stay out the sun.